Hello friends, welcome to Friend of Health. So today we are super excited to have a very special guest, AIAPGT 2023 AIR1, Dr.ALIN SARA Alex. She is the proud daughter of Dr. Alex Verghese and Dr. Jolie George ma'am, who are senior practitioners from Ernakulam, Kerala. And we have the whole family with us to share this happiness and share her secrets of success and to have this great achievement in the field of competitive exams in homeopathy. I'm sure this interview is going to inspire a lot of coming junior doctors who are looking into preparing AIAPGT 2024 and the coming exams. Welcome sir, welcome ma'am, and welcome Dr. Alin. So how did you feel sir when you heard the news of AIR1 of AIAPGT exam?
At that moment, we are with full of joy. We thank God for this great achievement. This 6 months hard work got the prize, and Almighty God gifted her this victory.
Yes, that's very great sir. And how was your support sir throughout the journey of preparation? How was your support as a family?
He gave ample space for her to study well, and we don't interfere her. It's great pleasure to us, as we are homeopaths for the last 40 years, and we are living with homeopathy.
So this is a great example for the whole homeopathic fraternity, that two doctors who are from homeopathy field itself, and they have given a topper, a highest scorer, and a big achiever of homeopathy competitive exams from their own legacy. And once again I am congratulating on behalf of all of my viewers and Friend of Health family. Congratulations to whole family of Dr. ALIN SARA. So let me hand over a token of love from the Friend of Health family to this family of Dr. ALIN SARA, who achieved and who became a role model for all those from homeopathy fraternity, the homeopathic parents who have their children studying in homeopathic medical colleges. And this is in fact going to be inspiring for a lot of them, person coming from a homeopathic background and continuing in that and pursuing the highest dreams, and she is going to join a college, and she will talk about that where she is going to achieve her dreams, which she did hard work.
My parents, Dr. Alex Verghese and Dr. Jolie George, are both homeopathic doctors, and they have been practicing homeopathy for the past 35 to 40 years. And my sister Anjunaiti Alex is married, and she is an engineer working at EY Infopark, and her spouse Vijopothan is working at TCS Infopark. And I completed my schooling from Bhavans Vidya Mandir Erur, and I did my UG from Government Homeopathic Medical College Calicut, and I completed my internship on 21st December 2022. As I told you, I grew up in a homeopathic family, so from a very young age I remember that my ambition was to become a homeopathic doctor. My parents were very supportive during my preparations, and as I told you before, as I grew up in a homeopathic family, from a very young age I dreamed of becoming a homeopathic doctor, and now I am here. So it's all thanks to my parents and my teachers and all who helped me achieve this great success. My method of approach for this exam was to study the important topics first, to make them clear and thorough, and then do and practice the MCQs. So from the day one itself, I made my topics all clear. That is, I learned the subjects to the core, and then I learned as much as could from them, and after that I practiced the MCQs, and I did many question banks as well. So what I felt is that after learning a particular topic well and then doing MCQs actually was very much beneficial for me, and the advantage was that I could always check myself if I have learned that particular topic well, and also by doing the MCQs from that particular topic I also came to know about the patterns that they were asking, from pattern of questions that were asked from that particular topic, and also to focus on the important areas about that topic also. So after studying the important the topics from all the particular subjects, I did the MCQs from that part to deepen my understanding about that particular topic, and also to make it thorough. So what I felt is that first learning the concepts and then practicing as many MCQs as you could from that particular topic will make you that topic thorough. And what I feel is that merely doing the MCQs is of no help, because you will eventually forget all that you have learned. So after learning the topics and then doing MCQs will be more beneficial, and this was the method which I followed during my AIAPGT preparations. This was my second attempt, and my first attempt I attempted it along with my internship, that is AIAPGT 2022, but I could not prepare well for the exam, and I did not join any coaching institute as well. So after that, after the completion of my internship on December 21st, I started seriously preparing for this exam. So I joined two coaching institutes, that is PHF Mediguru online coaching for 1 year course, and then IHMA Torch online for 7-day program. So these two coaching institutes guided me in my preparations, and what I feel is the best time for preparation is actually it's during the internship time, because when you enter to the internship time, you will have 1 year ahead of you to prepare for the next coming exam. So and also the final year subjects will be fresh in your mind also, and the final year subjects such as PM, repertory and all they are very important, and these subjects cover almost most questions from the question paper also. So if you can start your preparations during the internship time, so you can study step by step and also practice MCQs. So I think internship time will be the best for preparation for AIAPGT exam. The materials which I followed for the exam was for the homeopathic subjects, that is Materia Medica, Organon, Repertory and Pharmacy. I followed the book Success, and that book is it contains a lot of informations that is necessary for the preparation of the exam, as well as there are numerous MCQs also. Some 400-500 questions are there under each subject, and they are mostly previously asked questions also. So it is a very good book to practice MCQs as well as learn these subjects. Then for the allied subjects, I mostly followed PHF Mediguru, the book named changed, and IHMA iBasic book. And for these allied subjects, I mainly followed these materials, and I also attended their test, mock test, live mock test as well. And then I also joined certain Telegram quizzes, that is Homeopedia, Homeo Guruji, Homeo Mantra, and they conduct a lot of live mock test as well. So and also there are many informations also in those channels. So it was really beneficial for me attending those quiz channels. And for Organon of Medicine, I also attended IHMA classes by Dr. Muhammad Saleh, and this year many aphorism questions were also asked from that part. So it was a very good informative classes and all, so it also helped me in my preparation. Then for each subjects for Materia Medica, I also followed Crack the Entrance, the book by Dr. Jidesh TK, and it was a very good book, and the symptoms of the drugs were all discussed in detail, and many MCQs were there to practice. So considering the subject of Materia Medica, personally for me, the book was very useful during my preparation. And for I solved the previous year's question papers from a book called Dr. K Chauhan, and it was also very beneficial in my preparation. Practicing as much as MCQs as you can is very important, because you will learn about the pattern of the questions that are being asked, and also the important topics from which those questions are asked. So you all have to practice the MCQs after learning the concepts well. And then coming to revision, revision is a very integral part in competitive exam preparation. That is, by revision you can recollect all the vast amount of information that you have learned, and also you can apply it when answering the questions. And by revision you will be able to those things that you forget, you will be able to recollect, and then add on new information. So revision and learning, both should go hand in hand. I joined PHF Mediguru Online Coaching Institute for 1 year course and IHMA for the Torch program, that is a 7-day course, and both these coaching institutes were actually they played a very integral part in my preparations, because at first I did not know about the pattern of the exam as well as the important topics to study. So they actually guided me in my preparation regarding the important topics to learn and how to plan the timetable and all. And then also there were many MCQs too. I got to practice a lot of MCQs also. So it also was beneficial during my preparation, and towards the when the exam approached, they conducted live mock test also. So because I was able to attend all those tests, I became more confident in appearing for the APGT exam. So all these coaching platforms played a very integral part in my preparations. I did not follow a very strict timetable, but in my study plan I focused more on homeopathic. When I made a study plan, as you all know that homeopathic subjects, the 4 subjects almost covers almost 50% of the total questions. So when I made a study plan, I focused more and gave more time for the homeopathic subjects, that is the 4 subjects: Materia Medica, Organon, Repertory and Pharmacy. And then coming to the allied subjects, from practice of medicine, majority of the questions are asked. I gave more time, and I almost studied practice of medicine daily. So I made sure to study at least one homeopathic subject a day, and then I also studied practice of medicine daily. And considering the other allied subjects, I studied it in every 2 to 3 days. And after learning the important topics, I revised it every week or every 2 weeks. So this was the study plan that I followed during my preparation. Personally, regarding the subjects, I found learning Organon of Medicine, Pathology, Pharmacy, Repertory and all, I enjoyed learning those subjects. So for me, compared to the other subjects, it was easier for me to learn these subjects. And then considering the Materia Medica, it is a very vast subject, and you tend to forget a lot about the drug symptoms and all. So it was a bit challenging for me in learning Materia Medica, and I had to learn it daily and also revise it also 2 to 3 days to remember the symptoms of the drug. And this year many questions were asked from boric Materia Medica also. So learning the symptoms of the drugs were a little bit difficult for me, and then coming to subjects such as FMT, pharmacy, community medicine and all, you have only a few important topics to learn. So it was comparatively easy for me to learn those subjects, and from those subjects only frequently certain questions were repeated, so from certain portions. So I just had to learn those important topics. And then the subject of surgery and gynec, it's very important, and gynecology also I had to it was a little bit, I enjoyed learning the subject, so it was easier for me to learn. And then coming to the subject of surgery, it is a very vast subject, and to cover all the topics, it's practically it's not possible. So surgery also I felt it a little bit difficult to learn the subject altogether. My teachers were very supportive. In my college days they were very supportive, and the base which I learned about the subjects from the colleges, where it was very fruitful for me in my preparation. The concepts which I learned in my college days, they were very I learned it thoroughly, so it was easier for me that I had to brush it up the important topics and all while preparing for the AIAPGET exam. So I owe a lot to my teachers who helped me in preparing for this exam. At first when I started my preparation, I just looked into previous questions and I started doing certain MCQs. But I thought that it was very hard and it was very difficult to score marks in AIAPGET exam. So after that only I understood that after learning the concepts and then doing MCQs, I felt that it was a lot easier for me, and also I did not forget the questions and all. So learning the concepts first and then I tried to do the MCQs. So it helped me very much, and then as I told before itself, simply doing MCQs and mugging up the informations and all, it's actually of no help because you will forget it. And only if you learn the topics well, and then after that if you do the MCQs, it will help you. And also regarding the books to refer, I referred almost 3 to 4 books. So what I want to say is that if you are following a book, then stick to it, and then study the important topics from that particular book. Follow a book that you are comfortable with and you find it easy to learn. Regarding this year's AIAPGET 2023 exam, I found it a bit tough, and when I went through the first few questions, I understood that the exam was tough compared to the last year's paper. So I plan to answer the questions in 3 rounds. That is, in first round I tried to answer the questions which I was really sure, and then in the second round I thought of reviewing a few questions in the first round and then attempting those questions in the second round. And but in this year the review option was not there, so I wrote it down in my rough sheet provided, the important questions that I had to review. And the second round, and I reviewed answered those questions, some of the questions that I reviewed. And after the first 2 rounds, I understood that the attempts that I made were not that I expected to make. That was expected to make almost 90 to 100, more than 100 questions, but I could only attempt 96 questions. So I went to the third round, and in the third round I attempted almost 96 questions. So comparing to last year's, the questions were asked from a deeper part, and also the questions were a little confusing in manner they were asked. It was not direct, and there were many direct questions, but questions such as arrange in sequence were all a little bit difficult. And only if you know the subject that really well, only then you were able to answer such questions. And also there were assertion and reasoning type of questions also. There were many statement type of questions, and in those type of questions, only if you are thorough with the both statements, only then you can answer such type of questions. So these were the questions that were quite challenging in this year's AIAPGET 2023 paper compared to the last year's paper. The message which I have to share to you all, the future aspirants, is that first of all, you should have a clear goal in your mind. That is, your motive should be clear. That is to crack AIAPGET, the coming AIAPGET 2024 exam. So you should have a clear goal, and you have to stick with your goal itself, and it should be your guiding force in your preparations. And in your preparation, you will have to face, you will have to overcome a lot of hurdles. So having a clear goal and motivation, it's very important. And regarding, you also have to know about the pattern of the exams, the important topics from which they are asked. It is very important. First of all, you have to know about the pattern of the exam and all, and also you don't have to learn all the time. You can take necessary breaks in between, and productive time is very important. And if you are feeling exhausted, you can take breaks in between. And then what I see is that towards the approach of the exam, many people get stressed out and they do not maintain their routines and all well. The performance at the day of the exam is also equally important comparing to the preparation also. So you have to maintain your routines well, that is, eat properly, sleep properly, and stay hydrated. And most importantly, you have to believe in yourself. And if you believe in yourself and then work hard for it, then success will definitely be yours. I am planning to pursue Materia Medica from National Institute of Homeopathy, Kolkata. Materia Medica as a subject, I really like that subject a lot. Although it's a bit challenging learning the symptoms of the drug, I think that as a homeopath, you all have to know, have to have an idea about the symptoms and about the drugs and all. Only then you will make a good homeopathic doctor. So for me, I would like to improve on that subject. So I am choosing that subject to do post graduation in that subject. Finally, I want to thank God Almighty, my parents, my teachers, and all those who helped me prepare in my preparation. And I thank a friend of health and sir too for this great opportunity. And I have watched many of your videos with the toppers, interviews with the toppers, and all those, their words actually inspired me in my preparations. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us in this inspiring interview with All India Rank 1 Dr. ALIN SARA Alex. We hope her insights and her strategies of preparation will give you a motivation for your future exams. And remember, success is within your reach. Keep working hard. Good luck.